probably 5, 6, maybe 8 years ago. I don't think it's 8 years ago, but roughly. There was a guy in town, so I wanted to start a hockey school. A dad wanted to start a hockey school because he thinks his kid's really good.
Mm-hmm.
So he started a hockey school. And then he had this idea, and listen to this, convinced parents to go to the hockey school and quit hockey and train at the hockey school till they're about 17 years old. Then, when they're 17 years old, they'll be ready. And I'm like, for what?
Yeah.
18 years old. That's how we do it in Czech. And I'm like, okay, so I'm like, there's no chance that people are listening to that. People bought it. And people thought, yeah, this is the way to go, which led me to a lot of different thought patterns. Number one, why do you play hockey? You give me your answer. Why would you play hockey as a kid?
Because it's the most fun game ever.
Yeah, most fun game ever.
Yeah.
Give me another reason. As a parent now.
If I'm a parent?
Yeah.
Oh, my kid gets to be on a team and
yes.
he gets to figure out, all these life lessons from,
yes.
Interacting with other kids and learning how to behave and
yes.
learning their manners and learning how to work hard and learning how to do all these life skills or whatever.
Keep them from stealing cars. Keep them from
keep
keep them from snorting cocaine.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Keeping them with like-minded people. That's why you want your kids to play sports. So why do I want my kid to play hockey? So I'm going to answer that question. I want my kid to play hockey because he begged me to play hockey when he was a little boy. I thought it'd be cute. Then my next question was, it'd be kind of neat to see if he had my genetics or my passion for hockey. That'd be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did. He was like all over it, loved it. Daddy, can we play hockey? I'd come home from work. He'd have his hockey equipment on and Dad, sing O Canada. I can't sing, by the way. But we'd have to sing O Canada. Then he'd smack us. It was his real game when he was 2 years old. Skates on in the carpet, and he's playing. He loved hockey. I said, okay, you let that kid go.
Yeah.
I would have did the same if you said he wanted to play the French horn.
Yeah.
Right? But that was hockey. So I want that for him. I want him to love hockey. Have fun. But the thing is, what did I ask you? I said, why would you want your son to play hockey?
Right.
You play hockey.
Yeah.
If you're not playing hockey and you do what this guy was doing, you're training hockey. What are you training for? So that's sort of number one. You've taken the joy out. If you're not playing, now you're training. That is ridiculous. Number two, what are you training for? That means that as a parent, you've looked at your kid and you didn't just say, let's go play hockey and have fun. You said, oh, right? Where am I going with this? You're going to go training. You're not going to play anymore with your friends. You're going to go to this dude and train for you. They have a goal or else they wouldn't put them in the freaking thing, right? You have a goal of you want them to go somewhere. Well, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. It sounds like something out of like Russia or China or something. You're the kid's popping out of the womb and you're making them into a professional athlete off the hop.
True. But at least in Russia and China, they identify that, that kid that is someone that we need to get in our program.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you're sitting here in Windsor, Essex County, have a population of 400,000 total, and you training for your kid's future in hockey, come on.
Yeah.
And that's that's one thing that I see a pattern of, is just a ton of this kind of stuff is like, what are you actually thinking? Training for hockey at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Play hockey.
Yeah.
Play hockey. That's what this game is about. So you see where I'm going? Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. And this is my issue with the hockey parents is take a look back, detach yourself and say, okay, what are we actually doing here? How do you even evaluate how good your child is? So then it brings me to so that's actually a great way to talk about like the where my head's at with the hockey thing, because I think if anybody just heard that, like that view that we just had, they'd say, and if they were one of them, they'd be like, ooh, wow, I wasn't thinking, was I? Because I can tell you right now, not one of those kids did one thing in hockey.
Yeah.
And it's not because that's just the thing. Most kids aren't. Yeah. But the mindset was like training for hockey every day off ice. We got to do this. Like for what? It's crazy.
Well, they have like unrealistic expectations, right? Because it is so hard to make it. And we've talked about this before, but just from my own little anecdote, I was one of these guys and I trained with you since I was a little kid, did everything right. If like you were to map out You got to do this. You got to do this. You got to
Yeah.
do this. You got to do this. I ticked basically all those boxes on a consistent basis, and I didn't play pro.
Right.
I didn't make the NHL.
Right.
Right. And my parents weren't crazy hockey parents that were putting me in everything, and I was coming to sessions at 6 a.m. and doing all this stuff and whatever. I did all the right things. Still didn't happen for me. Right. And I learned a bunch of other lessons that help me in life now, which is good. Yeah. But the problem that a lot of these parents have is they have these unrealistic expectations of like, my kid's going to make the NHL or whatever. And then along the way, their kid misses all of those things that you just mentioned as reasons that you play hockey, right? Yeah. You miss like learning how to operate as part of a team and learning how to work hard and staying away from the crap. Yeah. And all these life skills that do transfer into other things. Yeah. You just miss them. Yeah. Right.
And I'm you know, like as you say that, I'm not saying don't ever do anything with your kid. Like if a parent was to tell me that they want to get their 9-year-old private lessons twice a week so that they understand what it's like to go to bed, get up early, and pay the price whether you feel like it or not. Okay.
Yeah, we could talk about it.
We could. That's cool. Or you have to get some. You feel like you need to get some extra ice because they really love it. They're asking. You know, you want to give them a little bit here and there. I'm good with it. Like it's cool. And you get the appropriate trainer and all that kind of stuff. But that's not usually the mindset.
Right.
Actually, it's never the mindset. It's disguised as the mindset sometimes, but it's not. It's about making them better. It's looking at the other kid on the team. It's like, okay, he's doing this. I got to do that. It's like a comparison thing.